Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is TBR Schmitt. This is my wife Samantha.
Hello.
And today we are watching episode 6 of Fallout. What'd you think of the last episode?
A lot going on in the last episode. We have Maximus deciding to out himself.
To Thaddeus. Yeah.
Yes, so Thaddeus is off with the head. Now we have a team up of Lucy and Maximus, but then they get trapped in a vault.
Right.
That looks
Friendly.
sketchy.
Well, it's friendly.
The way that you get stuck in there seems sketchy. It seems like they're doing experiments on these people.
Right. Lucy seems excited, but everything that we've seen from the vaults with like Norm, crazy stuff happens.
Yeah, there's more than meets the eye. So I think they're in trouble. Potentially. Maybe with Lucy's like vault outfit that she has on.
Right.
Maybe they'll be okay-ish.
Yeah.
Or maybe she'll just be okay and Maximus is screwed.
Maximus might be screwed. He's currently still going as Titus. Don't know why he's trying to keep that lie going to Lucy. We got some more lore. I have not watched a lore video since the last recording, so oopsies. But it was more interesting history, and obviously a lot more is going on the surface than just bombs dropping a couple hundred years ago and then no one existing. Clearly that's not the case.
Yeah.
So that was kind of shattering for Lucy.
Yes.
So yeah, it was definitely a lot. I mean, this show does such a great job with so many different storylines, and it's advancing all of the storylines very well. And not only that, but we're going back in time to also get some like prehistory stuff. So there's just so much information, but it never feels overwhelming. So I'm just really excited. We're getting to the back half of the season and I'm loving it.
Yeah, me too.
So if you'd like to see the full length reaction for this, as well as everything else that we've recorded, what do I say?
Reacted to.
Holy shit. So if you'd like to see the full length reaction for this, as well as everything else that we've reacted to, the link to our Patreon is in the description. If you'd like to interact, what am I saying?
You did it right. I'm just like, how did you said this every day for like four
or 5 years. If you'd like to interact with us on our Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, all those links are in the description as well. And with that, peace everyone. No. And with that, let's get into the episode. I've been so struggling the last couple of weeks. Who is this, the commercial?
Yeah, I'm here to show you a vast and wonderful place.
Oh, dang, Vault 4.
3-foot thick lead casing, strong enough to keep out the rads and the reds. Each one of these underground bergs comes with all the modern amenities you've come to expect. Lloyd and Cassandra here are both scientists, specializing in the effects of radiation on human DNA.
Interesting.
80 volunteers will be conducting a 5-year trial of Vault 4.
Wow.
The world is going to need Americans just like you to build a better day after. That was a great take. You happy?
No way.
How'd we do?
We were so nervous.
You did great. Yeah, it was really lovely to meet you.
Oh, so they're real
Real.
scientists living down there?
I don't know. Or they're just actors.
Oh.
Came over to Vault-Tec in Q3 after a 10-year stint at West Tech.
You designed the T-45 power armor.
Your first of its kind. They sure looked great.
Flaws of yours cost a lot of good men and women their lives.
Whoa. So he's worn power armor before?
Because what is the ultimate weapon to destroy your competition? It's time. The future of all humanity comes down to one word: management.
Management? Wasn't there a death to management?
There is a rap party.
For this,
For a commercial?
we go for a couple of hours, we shake a few hands.
It's at our house.
Well,
Wow.
he's a star. Man, how does this go so wrong where he's doing birthday parties?
Roosevelt, you can't come, buddy. I'm heading into enemy territory.
He's got a soft spot for dogs. Oh, a man and his dog. Dang. Why didn't you keep the last dog?
Shows how much he's changed.
Mr. Howard, Bud Askins.
Right.
I don't like that guy.
I, Bartholomew Codsworth,
No way.
am ever ready to serve. Party in the hot tub.
Oh, no.
No.
No, thank you.
Okay.
Damn. It's the voice of Snip Snap. He's the voice of the robots. Try to think of him saying, "Let me harvest your organs."
You hear I lost a movie over these ads? The actors wouldn't come out of their trailers. Lonnie Lewis said it was on moral grounds.
Whoa.
So my vocal rise to that spinning robot they sell to housewives and perverts. Guess how much they paid me for that?
10 million?
186 pre-tax.
Maybe you could ask for more.
And got them to throw in one of those robots. It's fucking awful. Hollywood is the past. Forget Hollywood. The future is products. The end of the world is a product.
Dang, selling the end of the world.
To the future.
To the future.
Oh, jeez.
That whole conversation was so eerie.
Why is he knocked out?
Destroying a legitimate business? That's illegal around these parts.
Says who?
The government.
Whoa, what?
It also wasn't him.
Also, why was he... Did he just, like, drink too much or something? Because he got a... Oh, Vault 4. How funny. The Sycamore Street or whatever? Oh, they're in Vault 4.
Using teeth for ammunition.
No way. They're shooting teeth?
Gross.
We can't thank you enough for letting us in and taking care of us.
Oh, and we found his armor. Our surface foragers are bringing it back now.
What?
It sure feels good to be back in a vault. I don't know if you've been to the surface.
I was born on the surface.
You're from Shady Sands.
We were lucky to find such a hospitable community here in Vault 4.
Okay.
Stay in quarantine a few hours longer to make sure you don't track in any contamination.
Thank you so much.
This music makes me feel...
Like, something bad's gonna happen?
Yeah.
You smell good.
What? You want to have sex?
Whoa.
You mean use my cock?
Yeah.
Well, it's just for some guys, not me. It gets all big and hard like a big pimple and then it pops.
Did he say not to him?
He never had sex ed.
I'm a knight. A knight of the Brotherhood.
Is there a vow of celibacy or something?
Okie dokie.
You're just a squire. Dang. He fumbled that so bad. Test subjects. They were testing the effects of radiation on the human body in Vault 4.
Yeah. I mean, that's what they used to test.
I think these people are trying to trap us here.
Some of these people are from the surface, like you.
And they're still down there.
This is a cult. Same as any.
It's not a cult. This is a safe place where people take care of each other.
It's definitely a cult.
Our overseer wanted to say a quick hello. Overseer Benjamin, this is Lucy and Titus.
Stay out of level 12, and we only have one foosball table. So if you want to play, you gotta sign up.
Lucy.
This is so hard to look at.
How the bathrooms work, just ask. Asking is less embarrassing than getting it wrong. Any questions or concerns beyond foosball or pencils or bathrooms?
Yeah, why are you a Cyclops? Oh. What the?
Test subjects.
Yeah.
I'm talking about his eye.
Lots of people have one eye.
Well, yeah. His was in the middle.
It's a little to the left.
And the level 12 stuff, I mean...
Whoa. It's from Dune. Did he get to keep all those vials? Or the cops take it?
You ever think about working somewhere else? I think about it. Quitting showbiz, ranch up in Bakersfield.
Nice.
Got me second guessing the whole city life.
Uh-oh.
You've seen these around.
Not on you, I haven't.
Guarantees us a spot in the vault.
We can buy a spot in the vault.
One of the good vaults.
Good vaults.
Yeah, what is he advertising?
I'm doing what I can. Trust me, please.
Man, she has this job out of fear.
Yeah,
For
that's what I was just gonna say. She's scared.
I mean, we already saw Vault 4 test subjects.
We watch people die together up north fighting against all that horse shit. For the American dream.
Has me getting shot in the ass by you all day.
You got 5 acres in Tarzana. I think you're doing all right.
Voltec's the fucking devil, man. Do you know what fiduciary responsibility means?
I have no fucking idea. I play a cowboy for a living.
Voltec is a private corporation that has the fiduciary responsibility to make money for its investors. But they can't sell vaults if these peace negotiations go through.
Yeah, how powerful is Vault Tech to destroy peace talks?
What happens when the cattle ranchers have more power than the sheriff?
The whole town burns down.
Vault Tech is $1 trillion company that owns half of everything.
Dang.
The cattle ranchers are in charge, Coop. Unless the people do something about it. You should come to a meeting. You should learn the truth about where your wife works.
Hollywood forever. And he's
Isn't that
listening.
the cemetery?
It was like a funeral home or something?
Mm.
What an interesting conversation.
I liked that guy, though.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Henry, but my wife prefers not to take work calls in the evenings. All right, bye-bye. Is Janie asleep?
She's reading Little House on the Prairie to Roosevelt. It's going to be hard on her. That's all. You know, no dogs in the vaults.
What are we talking about?
Says who?
That's the policy.
Who decided that there were no dogs in the vault? I didn't go to war defending that freedom so that I could live in a cellar under the boot heel of Chairman Bud Askin.
Dang.
Talking to me about hiding out at a ranch up in Bakersfield. When the bombs drop, a 2-hour drive ain't gonna cut it.
When?
Yeah.
I have worked hard to make sure we go into a special vault for management.
Oh, a management vault? But she's just like dead set on the fact that they are going to be living in a vault.
Yeah.
It's not an if, it's just a when.
And when you turn the little handle up top, it all goes away.
That's how a toilet works.
Goosey McLean.
Oh, no. It's
Goosey.
Lucy.
You don't meet a natural-born vault dweller every day. We're a dying breed.
You're from here?
5 generations, and proud of it.
Oh, incest?
So many people here seem to be refugees from the surface.
Tell me about it. I grabbed a moldy one.
Bring coffee cups.
If you want to get elected, you have to respect their traditions and not call them surfies.
Surfies.
So we took our share of them in and gave them a home. But it's like you can't make a funny joke about it without offending these guys. Maybe 10 occasions. All I know is it was a huge bomb.
Was that...
She doesn't get it.
What's on level 12, and why can't we go there?
You should go now.
I only wanted to...
Goodbye, Goosey. Skedaddle.
All right, so she's absolutely going to find out what's on level 12.
Right? Her and her brother on vault missions. There it is. How do you get in that room? Oh, and there's a gun right behind him? Needs a fusion core. Do they just have spare cores?
Yeah. I think they're using that.
Yeah.
I see you found our fusion core.
Oh.
How are we adjusting to life down here?
I'm leaving soon. Aren't I?
How about you sleep in a room of your own tonight? Have a hot shower.
I don't know. It's enticing.
And when you say hot shower, what does that mean exactly?
Hot water? What is that?
It's the one foosball table.
Colt.
A welcome basket.
Dang, deviled eggs, sugar bombs.
I feel like he's gonna get locked in there.
But he's never experienced any of this. He might want to be locked in here. Especially since the Brotherhood was so bad with education. No way.
Wow, his arm looks great.
Caviar? I don't know about
I wouldn't
this.
start there.
Okay, he enjoyed it. I thought he was going to be like, whoa.
This guy again.
Excuse me?
What is this?
The classroom. Now, what kind of history are they teaching here? And is it different than what she was learning?
Yeah, I mean, she didn't know anything about Shady Sands. I mean, this would probably be really good for Maximus. I was going to say Titus.
But Maximus is just like lost in awe of this. Ooh, timeline. Okay. 2277. I don't even know what time we're in right now. Maybe like 10, 15 years after that? I like that two-headed bear.
What's going on?
It's a surface dweller tradition. It can get a little rambunctious for my taste.
They fight?
You're welcome to come. Sure.
I'd maybe watch from inside the classroom.
The government. Uh-oh, he's a wanted
shit.
man.
I heard it was a ghoul. Nobody told me it was the ghoul.
Does it say sis?
Yeah.
Say, you got a needle and thread? I think I got some in my bag. Ah, come on now. Sorrel, we old friends, ain't we?
200 years. Maybe you just like the feeling of California sunshine on your wrinkly ass face.
Is that his or hers?
I think that's Lucy's finger that he took.
You're still looking for her.
Ain't still alive so that I can have conversations with dipshits like yourself.
Ooh.
So he thinks she's still alive?
You think his wife?
Yeah.
I am hearing there's a whole lot of chatter about some woman, Moldava.
Oh.
I don't think that's who he was talking about.
They call her the Flame Mother.
Flame?
That super duper mart you gutted was under our protection.
Oops.
Folks might lose faith, and then what?
Anarchy in the streets.
Now, you got anything to say in your defense?
Guilty as charged.
No way.
I can tell you about this town I just shot up. Philly.
My daddy lives in Philly.
Well, not no more, he don't. Trying to game this out now. The apple tends not to fall too far from the tree.
Daddy ain't no coward.
Are you?
Oh.
Take Sheriff Troy's guns away.
No way.
Take him out back and feed him to the hogs.
Jeez. Oh! Those in the nuts.
God damn it.
What'd you think was gonna happen?
Why do you have this picture?
That's Moldava.
That's not how I remember her at all.
What? Okay, Moldava. So he knew her before she was this vicious...
But then how old is she?
I don't know.
How old are all these people?
Yeah, because I think it's only the ghoul who's, you know, hundreds of years old because he's a ghoul. There is something that I think I might know what it is, but I won't share it yet, just in case it is what I'm thinking. And it's from the games. Now, both going to meetings.
Oh, yeah.
No Pip-Boy.
What is it?
The shrine for something. This is definitely cult-like behavior.
I feel like it might not be good for him to be seen here.
Yeah. Oh, is this an orgy? Lucy!
That's as far as she's going.
Flame Mother, we remember.
Flame Mother? Weren't they calling Moldava Flame Mother?
We bring back those taken from us by covering ourselves in their ashes. Bring back Shady Sands, blood must spill.
It's a sacrifice.
Mr. Howard?
That's her. And that's her.
I'm a big fan.
What the hell?
Titus!
I thought that was going to be the end of the episode. I was going to be like, what the? Tried a little bit of everything.
These are called oysters? You want one? You want to make my cock explode now?
I was gonna say those are aphrodisiacs.
These people are insane.
Yeah, they're like you, a little weird. Plus my arm. You know, I ought to give it a little more time.
I get why you'd want to stay, but this isn't it.
They gave me a robe and slippers.
How could they be evil?
I'm gonna prove it to you, okay? I'm not leaving without you.
She's going to 12.
Uh-oh. Is that supposed to close behind you? Oh, whoa. Is that alive or dead? Dead.
Dead. Is this where all like the dead experiments go?
Maybe. Well, that's someone's face peeled off. Oh. Someone gave birth in that. What the fuck? Oh my.
She gave birth to like fucking piranhas?
I think it was those like gulper things. It was like a bunch of those little gulper things, and then they just immediately started eating her.
I didn't think gulpers had teeth.
Started scratching her or something.
Is that who that was? Or is this someone new?
I think someone new because they're still pregnant. There's a lot of them.
Oh. Yeah, there's someone back there.
I saw the door was open. I worried one of you might have gotten out. Hello?
Oh. No way. Of course it's a harpoon gun. Oh. Fight, Lucy. There you go. They don't know how to fight.
Your entire culture is insane!
I'm sure if we came to your home, we would say the same thing.
Freaking Maximus.
Watching a waterfall. No, that's the end? Fuck. Fiddlesticks.
Yeah, we gotta start talking like vault people. She called it a shoot storm. Fiddlesticks.
Radio station. All right, that was episode 6 of Fallout. What'd you think?
That it might have been one of my favorite episodes so far.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
We got a ton of background on the ghoul. I guess we can start there.
Yeah.
Seeing Cooper in the past, it's crazy to see like how fearful his wife is of what's going on. She's clearly like brought into the fold in working with Vault Tech.
Yeah.
So she knows probably a lot more than she can discuss. And it's just out of pure fear that she's continuing to work for that company to ensure that they get into a good vault.
A management vault.
Yeah.
Which management comes up a lot because that's even what was on the walls in like blood, like death to management.
Yes.
So she obviously knows stuff that we don't know, that Cooper Howard doesn't know, the ghoul. And yeah, she's so afraid and she needs to stay at this company to get to the good vault. And it's really interesting, this like conspiracy theory, and you know, then you also have like Americans versus the Reds and like the fear there and stuff, and how that's going into like Hollywood and media. And it's just very like complex story. And I think Cooper just wants to go live on a farm somewhere. Like he doesn't care about any of this, but it's starting to become like just unavoidable. And it's interesting to hear the conversations even from his wife. It's not a, hey, if the bombs drop, it's when the bombs drop, we need to be in a good vault. So just that idea that like Vault Tech is worth so much money,
yeah,
that they don't want peace.
That's the interesting part that we learned in this episode about Vault Tech. That conversation in the bar with his friend,
yeah,
was a lot. I love how he explained the situation to Cooper, because he's very much like, I'm an actor, I just want to be a cowboy. Like he's kind of removed from it, even though he's doing all these advertisements. And I think it was cool that he kind of got him understanding where they're coming from, enough for him to show up to this meeting.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, I guess you're right. There, for me, I was like, this was like a little bit of a slower episode, but now that we're talking about it, there were so many like reveals and information. I'm like, wait, you're right. This is one of the better episodes, because even at that meeting, we had the reveal of Moldaver.
Yes, that's another huge one. So I am confused. Obviously, I'm sure it's gonna be revealed, but I thought only the ghoul would be the only living person from his timeline prior to the vaults.
So
to the bombs.
I'm gonna discuss it, and hopefully people don't get annoyed, because technically it was just shown. But at the end there, Lucy was surrounded by people frozen.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't realize they were frozen. I thought they were like in water.
Okay.
But okay. So
like in the video game, at least some of them that I play, you wake up from like a cryo chamber.
Okay, that makes more sense then.
So hopefully I didn't jump the gun on that. We saw them there.
Yeah.
So that could
that makes more sense then. It seemed to me like they were just kind of in these vaults in order to just continue to reproduce. I guess not vaults, in these chambers, so that they could just keep reproducing. Clearly, some things went wrong in the reproduction aspect of the video that we watched.
I don't know if it went wrong for her, but maybe that's what they intended for that experiment.
Right. I mean, I guess I was thinking like, oh, they're trying to reproduce like for the population, but clearly they're just experimenting in general.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think about because obviously being frozen, you're in a cryo chamber, whatever, you can like skip time. But when you're out of that chamber, you're still going to age.
Yeah.
So clearly Moldaver
recently
woke up again, and she's, I guess, slightly aged. I mean, I think she looks very similar to the meeting that we saw her. But even Cooper said, oh, she doesn't look how I remember.
Yeah.
So she's obviously aged a little bit, but not enough. And to me, it's just a little confusing because if she was frozen for so long, how has she had such an effect on like all the people in the vault that are doing this like ash ceremony?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
right.
I'm like, how?
I could totally be wrong. I mean, I know that you can be frozen.
Yeah.
But maybe there's also like how the ghoul takes medicine to not turn feral. Maybe there's something in there that extends life or something like that.
Right. Yeah. So that's kind of more where I thought this was going, but she absolutely could have just been frozen.
But then that brings the question, why now? Or maybe not now. Maybe she's been awake for 10, 15 years or something. So it's like,
so she has aged a little.
So she's aged a little. Maybe that's why she's, but also, how long has the ghoul been in the ground? He was buried for like 30 years, wasn't he, or something like that? I'm trying to think of like the ghoul just now seeing a picture of Moldaver because he just essentially came out of the ground.
Yeah,
so
I mean, that's true.
So I'm trying to like put timelines together.
Yeah.
So he's fresh out of the ground. So it's hard to tell how long Moldaver's been out on the surface. But yeah, maybe it's something like 10 to 15 years, at least long enough for her to know what Lucy's mom looks like. So
right.
That's why I'm thinking like.
But when did she know Lucy's mom?
Right. How early she could have. Yeah. So I don't know. There's so many questions answered and there were so many reveals in this and so many interesting conversations. I also like trying to piece together the downfall of Cooper. He talked briefly about how he lost a job because he's working for Vault-Tec.
Yeah, other actors did not want to work with him.
Yeah, but then it's interesting because other actors, so those actors are anti-Vault-Tec.
Yes.
But then other people are losing their jobs because they are anti-Vault-Tec. So it's like both sides are getting canceled.
Yeah.
And you're going to have Cooper Howard who's doing Vault-Tec commercials, but he's got to have been spotted at one of these meetings. So I think that's how he gets screwed because everyone who's anti-Vault-Tec hates him for the commercials and everyone who's pro-Vault-Tec hates him because he went to these meetings.
Right. And obviously he's going to get spotted here or maybe it's not even this meeting. Maybe he continues to come to these meetings.
Maybe he learns out something crazy and brings it up to his wife or something.
Right. So clearly, his wife is very scared, which we touched on, but I don't think that she's going to be any type of accepting of him being at this type of meeting.
No,
considering how afraid she is.
It's going to really jeopardize everything.
Yeah, it's going to jeopardize their family making it into a vault, which Cooper at least clearly does not.
Yeah.
And I mean, that could be the dissolution of their marriage.
Yeah.
Because she needs to separate herself from Cooper in order to protect their daughter.
That's true. So that's why they're like divorced or not together in the very first episode.
Right. Then we got a little bit of hint from the government.
The government.
President. Interesting. So he seems like he's also been around for some time. He knows Cooper. Maybe not like cryo around, but he is very much aware of who the ghoul is as a bounty hunter. And to me, it sounded like he was talking about Cooper's wife.
Right, because when he said, "Oh, are you still looking for her?" That was before he even saw Moldaver's picture or they even were talking. So he didn't even know that he was looking for Moldaver.
Right.
So that had to have been about the wife.
Right. So is she frozen somewhere? Is their daughter frozen somewhere?
Maybe her and her daughter are frozen.
Because early on when we were seeing like just the home life for Cooper, I was thinking about like, damn, how sad is this going to be when we see the moment that like his daughter dies, essentially. But what if she's not dead?
Yeah. If I have to guess, he's looking for them. Maybe the split was totally necessary, like you said, to protect the wife and the daughter so that they could still get into a management vault.
Right.
Or maybe because Cooper kind of fucks all this up, maybe they don't let her into a management vault and they just put her in some vault. And now he doesn't know what vault.
Yeah, where she is and what her job is.
Yeah, or, was she frozen, or did she, live there in the beginning and has died, but now has, generations later or something.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many questions, but if I have to guess, I would say his wife and daughter made it into a vault and he's just been looking for them this whole time.
I mean, he would need some type of clue that they were frozen or still alive would be my assumption.
Yeah.
Or otherwise, I don't think that he would keep going. But he also doesn't seem like he's like gung-ho on finding anybody.
I was just thinking, he seems so very capable of doing things.
Yeah.
That I feel like he could have, if this was his true mission to like find his wife and daughter, that maybe he would have already found that.
Yeah.
Or maybe he did and it led to a dead end where he thinks it's all over, and maybe this discovery of Moldaver is like wait a second.
Yeah.
Like, if she's alive, then maybe my wife is also,
True.
I don't know.
Yeah, we got some wild theories here, but I feel like this episode just opened up a lot more questions as well. We did get a couple of reveals, but so many questions. Lastly, in our little trio here, we have, well, I guess not lastly, we only talked about the ghoul.
We've only talked about the ghoul so far.
Yeah, so Maximus is getting the royal treatment.
Yeah.
He's very excited, eating caviar, watching waterfalls on TV. He's getting comfy.
Yeah.
So be interested to see how much he trusts Lucy, or if he's just like, I'm comfy.
Yeah, you're on your own, Lucy. I'm staying here.
Maybe a little reminder of seeing his suit or something like that. Like, I feel like the brotherhood in his mind is still
number one.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, he was also the first one to be suspicious and was like, this is a cult. We got to get out of here.
Yeah.
He also talked to that one lady like, I'm leaving soon, right?
Yeah.
Like, so it's in there that he knows that this is creepy and weird and he should probably leave.
Yeah.
So I think he just needs to get snapped out of it. So now that Lucy is prisoner or something, I assume if he finds out that she's been taken prisoner or something, that will maybe be like, wait a second, and then maybe he'll steal that fusion core, which will cut the power, I assume, and then he'll, get his suit back or something.
Yeah. So I guess on to Lucy.
Well, that was so funny when he was talking about like, it's never happened to me, but I know some guys like their cocks blow up or whatever he said.
Pop like a pimple.
Pop like a pimple. And then later he's like, you want to make my cock explode?
Literally, because he was eating oysters. That was such like a random conversation to be happening in the middle of this episode, but it was so funny. Obviously, Lucy knows more in terms of like the anatomy and like that portion of it. She's only had sex once. Her wedding night, right?
Well, sex with a stripper. She might have been messing around with her cousin.
Oh, well... Oh, okay. To me, I wasn't thinking that they had like actually gone all the way.
Well, yeah, because they don't want the kids.
Yeah. Anyways, but that whole conversation was so funny from just two people that clearly both don't really know.
It's always really funny and also very interesting how they keep showing you the differences in education or experience based off of your situation.
Yeah.
So it's like Lucy growing up in her vault, the stories that they were learning were so much different than the history being taught in Vault 4, which
right,
is
because they know
about
current history.
Yeah, they know about Shady Sands, and
Yeah.
they have people coming in. And then that's so much different than Maximus, where like he grew up in the Brotherhood. Clearly the Brotherhood had no interest in teaching sex ed. They were probably just teaching military training the whole time.
Yeah.
So you have all of these boys being like, I don't want my wiener to pop. It's just so interesting how they always kind of tell you like, hey, depending on your situation where you are, you're going to have a vastly different viewpoint on life.
Talking about Vault Tech and how powerful they are, and they essentially don't want peace. It's very interesting to see the little tiny history timeline that we got of New Republic of California.
Yeah, New California NCR, New California Republic.
Okay. Did Vault Tech have something to do with the downfall
Of NCR?
Yeah, because
I don't know, I
then
feel-
they were back down into the vaults again.
Yeah, if NCR, whatever, Shady Sands, whatever, if it was becoming too successful
Right.
of a city, then it's just evidence to be like, hey, we can get back to the way things were without war. And then Vault-Tech's like, no, we still need control here, so we're bringing war back.
Exactly.
It's really interesting. I mean, it's obviously not real world, but there are somewhat similarities. Like, war is a business, and when there is war in the world, companies make money. A lot of companies that are very successful make a lot of money when people are fighting. So that's not false. So to see it kind of represented in a fictional show just to the extreme, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah. And then, I mean, you bringing in conspiracy theories and then like the two sides of the kind of political spectrum and things like that. I mean, there's a lot of real world ideas or
influences
whatnot, brought into this. So it's just really cool. I think this is really clever. Obviously, I have not played the game. You have played a couple of the games.
Yeah.
But it's just I think it's just such a clever idea, the whole show.
Yeah, it's been amazing so far. This, definitely talking about this episode, I appreciated it a lot more. I think I was just getting so used to like so much cool action happening in the like first 5 episodes that this was definitely a slower in terms of action.
Yeah.
But the reveals and the conversations, what it kind of sets up for 7 and 8.
2 episodes,
2 episodes left.
I
That's
think.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this really put a lot of interesting things into motion for the 2 final episodes.
Yeah.
So this was excellent.
Yeah, such a good episode. I'm excited for the next one.
So if you'd like to see the full-length reaction for this, as well as everything else that we've reacted to, a link to our Patreon is in the description. If you'd like to interact with us in any other types of social media, all those links are in the description as well. And with that, peace everyone.
Bye.
Bye.